Hello, little crafters. How are all of you today? Elizabeth here with a special lesson for you. So this is one that doesn't appear in any of our STEAM months. It's not in your seasonal extras for this term. This is one that Rod and I brought out. We wrote it together because we saw you guys on social media were saying that some of you were having trouble getting back into the swing of things after a little break. The seasons were affecting you. So we wrote a unit about it. This is going to be a freebie for everyone. So if you don't have lessons, it's okay. This one is made public so everyone can watch it. And this is how the lessons work. So this is exactly how I run my lessons. So if this lesson works for you, then lesson subscription might be something you want to look at. Okay, things that you're going to need today to do the lesson and to meet your outcomes are observational skills. You're going to need some art supplies, and you're going to need critical thinking skills. And that's it. That's all you need for today. This is a new unit, so it doesn't have a unit code number yet, but it will be AQA, Unit Award Scheme name, linking circadian rhythms to mindfulness, and there are 5 outcomes for you to meet today. So let's look at what we're going to learn about today. Today we're going to learn about autumn to winter seasonal changes in plants and animals, your own circadian rhythm, how to listen to your body, crafting or artwork to calm your body, and cozy activities for the darker, colder months. So, as always with my lessons, we're going to do a wake up your brain. So, wake up your brain a little bit, do a little stretch for me, get ready to answer some questions. Have you noticed the autumn leaves changing color? Why do they do this? When the days get shorter in the autumn, what special colored substance do trees stop making, which allows us to see their beautiful yellow and orange colors? Do they stop making carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, water, or sunlight? Think like a scientist here. Let me know in the comments. If you're on an adult YouTube account, you will be able to comment by typing into the comment bar. Otherwise, you can just let me know by talking to the screen. You don't have to be loud. Whisper what you think the answer is. Is it carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, water, or sunlight? You ready for the answer? It's chlorophyll. When a plant stops making chlorophyll, the strong green color fades away like a mask, letting the hidden yellow and orange colors, which were always there, shine through. So let's have a look at some leaves. So I have some here. So I have a bunch of leaves that I brought in. So you can see this is a sycamore leaf. This one is yellow. This is from my oak tree. So this is one that actually came off during the storm. I didn't pull this off my tree, but you can see what's happening. So here you have some of the leaf that's still showing the chlorophyll. It's still showing the green color coming through from chlorophyll, but that chlorophyll is stopped. The tree has stopped producing it. It's not making chlorophyll anymore. So all of the chlorophyll as it leaves it, as it uses it up, that color that's behind it in my oak tree is yellow. So my oak tree is getting all yellow leaves on it. So you can see the yellow. This one's a good one. You can see that yellow. See the yellow coming through from the green. So eventually it will go completely yellow like this. Whereas I have other trees in my garden that are still completely, so this is from a laurel, so that it'll stay green. So this one is not changing colors. It's still full of chlorophyll. Okay, let's go back to our slides. Next question. Why do deciduous trees drop their leaves in the autumn? Have you noticed the autumn leaves falling down? Why do they do this? Is it to make colorful messes on the ground? To save water and energy during the cold winter months? To make room for new buds and flowers to grow right away? To give birds nesting material? Why do the trees drop their leaves in autumn? One more time, is it to make colorful messes on the ground? To save water and energy during the cold months? To make room for new buds and flowers to grow right away? Or to give birds nesting material? Let me know in the comments or say the answer to the screen. What do you think it is? Hopefully you said to save water and energy during the cold winter months. Shedding leaves reduces the area where water can be lost from a tree. So if you remember back to any of our lessons on plant and botany, transpiration happens and we lose water through the leaves in trees and plants. So by conserving that and not doing that anymore, the tree can conserve energy And the water freezing inside the tree won't hurt it. And the sunlight is weak, so it's not going to be going through photosynthesis as much. Extended learning here. What happens to evergreen trees? How do they survive winter? So an evergreen stays green, right? It's not deciduous. It doesn't drop its leaves. How does that survive winter? Right, so we have the leaves that have fallen off my tree. So the sycamore tree's lost its leaves. The oak is losing its leaves now. My horse chestnuts are finished. They've lost all their leaves already. But my pines are going to stay green. They're going to stay evergreen. The reason they can do this is there's quite a few reasons, but I'll just explain a couple. If you can look at how small those needles are, it's less surface area. Look at the size of that compared to the size of this. Quite a big difference in size, right? Each one of those tiny leaves, that smaller surface area helps them survive winter. Also, evergreens have something really cool inside of them, a chemical which is similar to antifreeze. They don't freeze in winter. These would freeze. They don't have the chemical. So they drop their leaves to avoid the frozen water hurting the plant. These have an antifreeze property in them. So it's something to do with the surface area, how it can survive, and then the chemicals that are actually inside of them. How cool is that? Let's go back to our lesson. Another question for you to answer. When animals like bears and hedgehogs go into hibernation in winter, what happens to their bodies? Do they get very noisy and play games all the time? Do they start to change color to camouflage into their environments over winter? Does their body temperature and heart rate slow down a lot to use less energy? Or do they go to bed, bump their head, and don't wake up again until morning? What is hibernation? And have you seen animals getting ready for hibernation recently? So we have some hedgehogs in our garden, and we can hear them every single night rooting around out there, eating as much as they possibly can. You can put out some wet cat foods that are okay for hedgehogs, but our garden is full of slugs and insects that they're loving, so we're leaving them to it. Why do you think that, what happens to them when they go into hibernation? Do they get very noisy and play games all the time? Do they start to change color to camouflage into their environments better? Does their body temperature and heart rate slow down a lot? Or do they go to bed, bump their head, and not wake up again until morning? The answer is body temperature and heart rate slows down a lot. They use a lot less energy. Hibernation is a state of deep rest where the animal's body processes, such as metabolism and heart rate, and their temperature can go down very, very low so they can survive on stored body fat. So that's why we see them out right now, because they're storing up that body fat to get ready for hibernation. Why is hibernation during colder, darker months? Why don't they hibernate during spring and summer and stay awake during winter? You know the answer to that. But think for a second, think like a scientist. So we were just talking about something with leaves, right? The plants and everything go into a sort of hibernation of their own. They drop their leaves. They get ready for the colder weather. They get ready for less sunlight, less ability to do photosynthesis. All of that stuff means that there's less food sources. There's less plants. There's less fruits. There's less things happening in the winter cold months. So not only would they have to deal with the very cold temperatures and the weather conditions, but they'd also have less food around. So in order to survive, they decide to go to sleep instead. So they hibernate so that they can survive when there's less food around. The next one, what is your circadian rhythm? Have you ever heard of that term? We're going to talk about it now. Is it a calendar that tells you the date? Is it an alarm clock inside your body that tells you when to sleep and wake up? Is it a ruler for measuring your height? Or is it a musical beat to your favorite song? What is your circadian rhythm? Let me know in the comments or say your answer towards the screen. The answer here is an alarm clock inside your body that tells you when to sleep and wake up. The circadian rhythm is your body's natural internal clock. It's just part of who you are. It controls your sleep-wake cycle over a 24-hour day. So morning light should tell your body it's time to wake up, it's time for a new day, whereas when darkness hits, it tells your body it's time to rest. So thinking about that, thinking about everything you guys have been saying on socials recently, why is it harder this time of year for us to have the energy to get many things accomplished? What's going on with our sleep-wake cycles? If you think about it, The days are shorter and the nights are longer. Your body's natural circadian rhythm will start to get you ready for rest time much earlier than it would in the summer, where it stays daylight and you're getting vitamin D and all of that very, very long into the evenings. Now that's not happening. So you're going to be waking up and the morning light isn't going to be as strong. So you're not going to have as many of those hormones in your system. And then at night, you're going to start getting ready for nighttime earlier. So you really do go through cycles of more rest is needed. And then more energy is used in the spring and summer. So it is a natural thing that's happening to all of us right now. If you want a little bit more of the science, this is now into outcome 2. So all of those wake up your brain questions will help you with outcome 1. Outcome 2 asks more about circadian rhythms. So just to give you a little bit of the science background, because you know I'm a scientist, I have to at least talk about it a little bit. There are some hormones that are in your body, melatonin and cortisol. Okay, so think about when you're mostly energized. Most people are more energized during the day and sleep at night. Now, obviously, people who have jobs at night might have this backwards. But for the most part, when you have a lot of energy, you're using a hormone called cortisol that peaks during the day and helps you with your energy cycles. And then that goes down low at night. So that's the yellow graph there. Now, this is a very, very simplified graph. It actually moves more on an actual graph if you were to check your hormone levels over time. I've simplified it as much as I could here just to show you what generally is happening. Then melatonin is something that you don't have a lot of during the day, but that starts in an evening coming up into your system, and at night it really peaks. That's your sleep hormone. So those of you who have trouble sleeping might take melatonin to help you sleep at night because it's a hormone that your body needs to help it sleep. So those are the things that cause the circadian rhythm, and they're very, very influenced by day and night cycles, by the amount of sunlight and then by darkness. For outcome 2, what you have to do is think about when you are most energized and when you're least energized. So to do that, there's going to be a little table in your workbooks. So I'll be giving you free workbook pages for this unit. And all you have to do is think about the time of day and then put a star for your energy levels. I've started one here for me. So for me, when I wake up in the morning, I need coffee. Until I've had that coffee, I have very low energy. So I've only given myself 1 star for when I wake up. I know there are people like my husband who wake up and already have 3 stars worth of energy. He can wake up and go straight for a run. There is no way I can do that. My personal energy levels are very low at first thing in the morning. I am not a morning person. Then I log into work, and as the coffee starts working, more daylight's hitting me. I'm in a nice room with lots and lots of windows right now, and this is where I work. As I log into work to start checking my emails, to look at your submissions, going onto socials to see what questions you have for us, my energy levels are going up. Then around lunchtime, I have the most energy. I have more coffee that I'm going to have. I have a meal. I've energized myself, so I have given myself 3 stars there. In the afternoon, I do some more work, but I also do activities with my son. So sometimes we go to a home ed meet, sometimes we do some units together, sometimes we're crafting. So I do that. Again, I still have high energy then. If I were to continue this down, closer and closer to the evening, my energy is going to start going down again until it's time for bedtime. So I want you to think about your energy levels. Are you somebody who wakes up with a lot of energy? Or are you like me and you're not a morning person? My energy peaks more towards evenings. That's when I'm definitely a night owl. So everybody's going to be different, but it's just a chance for you to be mindful of your own body and think about when you're the most energetic, especially at this time of year. That's very important to know when your energy is going to be available to use. What happens to your body at night when you're sleeping? Are you completely at rest? Is nothing happening except dreaming? No, of course not. Your body's doing things to get ready for the next day. Your brain is going to sort and store memories and new information. Did you have a lesson the day before? Your brain's going to be sorting through that information and storing the useful bits where it needs to so that you can remember your lessons. Did you do a lot of activity? Did you do a sport? Did you do something physical? Your body is going to fix and build more muscle fibers. So you're going to be growing as well. All of that's going to be using some energy at night. And then your body's going to be building up more energy stores for tomorrow. So your cortisol levels will be changing, right? Getting ready for the next day. All of that's what's happening as part of your circadian rhythm continues even into the nighttime. Outcome 3 is for you to do some mindful listening. So we really wanted you to focus on the fact that yes, your body is going to be giving you cues and you should listen to those. If you're not active and you don't feel like doing work on a particular day, that's absolutely fine. Home education is brilliant for the fact that you can do things at different times of the day. So we're going to start listening to our bodies. So here I'm going to give you a cue, and then you have to tell me which one of those it matches the solution. So here, stomach's rumbling. I'm ready for my lunch, right? So if my stomach's rumbling and it's telling me something, what should I do? Should I have a snack or meal? Shall I take a break and go be active? Should I have a rest and try a breathing exercise? Should I do a mindful activity like a jigsaw or drawing or a craft? Or should I relax my body ready for bedtime? So if my stomach's rumbling, what should I do? Let me know in the comments or say your answer to the screen. Hopefully you said, if my stomach's rumbling and telling me it's hungry, I should go have a snack or meal. Okay, what about the next one? I've been doing some work and I'm feeling very frustrated now. It's not going the way I wanted to. My body is feeling frustration. What should I do? Should I have a snack or meal? Should I take a break, stand up, be active? Should I have a rest and try a breathing exercise? Should I do a mindful activity like a jigsaw? Should I relax my body for bedtime? If you're feeling frustrated, which one of those things do you think you would try and do? Hopefully you said have a rest and try a breathing exercise. If you're feeling very frustrated and stressed, the best thing to do is to try and calm your body. So some sort of breathing exercise, concentrating on your breath. You can breathe in and out, following your fingers. You can do the square method of breathing in and out. You can try some yoga poses, anything to try and rest and relax. Okay, I finished some work and I'm feeling very energized actually. I have a lot of energy. What should I do? Should I have a snack or meal? Shall I take a break, stand up and be active? Should I have a rest and try a breathing exercise? Should I do some mindful activities? Or should I relax my body for bedtime? I'm charged up, I'm energized, and I'm happy because I finished some work. What would you do? Hopefully you'd take a break, stand up and go be active. Go do something outside, go for a walk, play with your pets, anything that's active and uses some of that energy up. Okay, what if you're feeling restless? So in this case, I'm restless. I feel like I want to do something, but I don't have huge amounts of energy. I'm about half full here. 2 stars, maybe 1 star. Should I have a snack or meal? Shall I take a break, stand up and try and be active? Should I have a rest and try a breathing exercise? Should I do a mindful activity? Or should I relax my body ready for bedtime? When you're feeling a bit restless, you feel like you could do something, but you don't have huge amounts of energy, that would be a good time for a mindful activity. So if you're feeling restless, a bit agitated, and you feel like you could do something, but you're not sure what, try something that you can focus your mind on. Putting together a jigsaw, doing a drawing, putting together an LCB craft, something like that. And the last one, if I'm yawning, it's nighttime, I'm yawning now. What should I do? Which of those activities matches the yawning? So this is just listening to my body. So relax my body, ready for bedtime. Whatever you do in an evening to relax. For me personally, we like to read at bedtime. So we have bedtime stories here. What do you like to do to relax? So can you look at your own body cues and describe what your body is telling you to do? Try it for a day. Be mindful and really listen to your body. And then outcomes 4 and 5, the last 2 outcomes are for you to practice some mindful activities. So choose a mindful activity that you like to do and work on that for one of the outcomes. And the other one is to make a list of activities that are mindful that you like to do. So for instance, here I've put an image of a Zentangle. Have you seen those before? So that's a Zentangle that I drew. So you draw the outline. So I drew the outline of 2 trees on a hill. And then I colored it in with all kinds of different patterns. That's a lovely mindful activity. You can also do scribble art where you just scribble all over a page. And then inside each of the shapes, you do different designs. You could put a jigsaw together. So that's a great mindful activity because you're just concentrating on that. You could do some knitting. So I have some knitting going right here. Make myself bigger a little bit. So you could do some knitting. So don't tell my mom this is a present for her for Christmas that I've started. So I've just started this. This is going to be a book shawl. Okay, so you can do something like that if you're into textile arts. I have a picture of someone writing. So another thing I like to do is write poetry. So I have a journal here, and you can see all the tabs where I've written things. I think there's even pens and stuff stuck inside of it right now where I've been writing. So you might like writing. There's a picture of an LCB craft there. You might like doing a craft. You might like doing yoga. You might like just doing breathing exercises. Make a cup of tea. Making a cup of tea can be a mindful activity as you're waiting for the tea to steep, as you're waiting for the water to boil. All of those, if you're just concentrating on simple tasks like that, can be a mindful activity. What else do you guys like to do that are mindful activities? Calm activities. We like to have duvet time where we get under blankets and we read stories. Reading is very good. So I have lots of books out in front of me right now. So reading a book of poetry. I'm also reading fiction book. I also have my Kindle here. So I have lots and lots of books going at any given time, depending on what my brain needs. So it's about listening to your body and then doing something like that. So think about what mindful activities you like to do for this unit. Let's make that bigger again. Your challenges for today, everyone. Can you describe how plants and animals slow down at this time of year? Can you link that to your own circadian rhythm? Remember, we are humans, we are animals. We also need to slow down at this time of year. So be patient with yourself and identify your own circadian rhythm when you have the energy to tackle things and when you do not. Listen to your body's cues and respond to them. Can you do a mindful art or craft activity for us? Can you make a list of mindful activities that you would enjoy doing this autumn and winter so that you have it on hand when you're feeling frustrated by things? You can just go and pick an activity that you know will help calm you. Your extended learning. If you would, please share with us on our socials. We love knowing what we can do to help you, especially at this time of year where things are slowing down. Share what your mindful activities are. Share what things you enjoy doing, if it's a nature walk, if it's photography, whatever it is that you like to do, because it might inspire others to try the same activity. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.